In this video, we're going to talk about the common signs of aging that many of us experience, especially in our later years. As we grow older, our bodies go through subtle but important changes. These changes often affect our physical activity, appetite, sleep patterns, social life, and even how we feel emotionally. It's natural, but it can sometimes be difficult to understand why these things are happening. I'll be sharing the key signs to look for, whether it's a decrease in physical energy, a shift in eating habits, or needing more rest than usual, and what these changes mean for our overall health. Understanding these signs is the first step in making sure we get the support and care we need. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. It helps us feel like one community here, learning together and supporting one another. And if you have any natural health tips of your own, feel free to share those too. Someone else might really benefit from hearing what's worked for you. First sign, noticeable decline in physical activity. As we age, one of the most noticeable changes is a slowdown in physical activity. It's not just about moving slower, it's about a deeper shift in how our body functions. Tasks that once felt easy, like walking to the mailbox or running a quick errand, can suddenly feel exhausting. You might find yourself, or a loved one, staying home more often or avoiding activities that were once a regular part of the day. This decline in physical activity is often a sign that the body is conserving energy. Much like a phone battery running low, the body starts to prioritize comfort over exertion. It becomes more about resting, recharging, and maintaining the body's core functions. For instance, you might notice that getting out of bed in the morning takes more effort, or that the energy to engage in social events is just not there like it used to be. Take Mr. John, for example, who is 84 years old. He was always a man who loved staying active, whether it was mowing the lawn or attending his local church activities. But in the last year, his daughter noticed he started spending more time sitting in his favorite chair, watching the birds outside instead of being out in his yard. Tasks like making the bed or taking out the trash became too much for him, and he would tell his daughter how tired he felt after just a few minutes of activity. It's important to remember that this isn't about laziness. It's a natural part of aging, and it's the body's way of adjusting. For families, it's crucial to recognize this shift and respond with love and support. Helping with small tasks or simply offering a comforting presence can make all the difference. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is sit with a loved one, providing quiet companionship as they adjust to this new pace of life. Second sign, changes in appetite and eating habits. Another common sign of aging is a noticeable change in appetite and eating habits. As we grow older, food might not hold the same appeal it once did. You may find that foods you once enjoyed no longer taste as good, or the thought of preparing meals feels overwhelming. Some people even start to pick at their food, eating only small amounts or sometimes skipping meals altogether. This shift isn't about losing interest in food or not caring, it's often about the body conserving energy and focusing on maintaining internal balance. Eating requires a lot of energy, and as our bodies age, they naturally prioritize comfort and rest over digestion. This can result in a decrease in hunger or a new aversion to foods that were once favorites. For some, even the basic act of drinking enough fluids can become challenging, which can lead to dehydration, something that is especially important to watch for in older adults. Take Mrs. Margaret, for instance. She's 80 years old and has always been known for her love of baking, especially her famous peach cobbler that everyone looked forward to at family gatherings. But recently, her son noticed that she wasn't interested in baking anymore, and she was only eating small portions of her meals, often saying she wasn't hungry. Even when encouraged to eat, she would turn down her favorite foods. Her son realized this wasn't just about age, it was her body signaling that it was time to slow down and focus on rest. It's common for older adults to eat less, but when this continues over time, it's essential to take notice. Families can help by offering smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day, maybe 5 or 6 little meals instead of 3 larger ones. Focus on softer, easier to digest foods like soups, smoothies, or soft fruits, and offer drinks regularly to prevent dehydration. Most importantly, creating a warm, inviting meal time where the act of eating becomes less about the food and more about spending quality time together can be a great source of comfort. Fourth sign: withdrawal from social activities and conversation. Another common change that happens as we age is a gradual withdrawal from social activities and conversation. Someone who was once the life of the party or the first to sign up for social events might begin to decline invitations or withdraw into quieter, more solitary routines. This can be tough for families to witness, as it may feel like the person is losing interest in the people or activities they once loved. However, this withdrawal isn't necessarily about sadness or depression. It's often the body and mind seeking rest and comfort in simpler, quieter surroundings. Social interactions, especially in larger groups, can become draining as we get older. What was once an energizing experience may now feel overwhelming. Older adults may find it harder to keep up with fast-paced conversations, or they might become easily fatigued by the energy required to participate in social gatherings. Over time, they might choose to stay home more often, finding comfort in familiar, quieter settings rather than attending every event they were once excited about. For example, take Mrs. Carroll, who is 81. She was always the first to volunteer for community events and loved spending time with her neighbors. But in her last year, she started politely declining invitations, preferring to spend more time at home. Her daughter noticed that Mrs. Carroll now enjoyed sitting by the window, watching the world go by, and had fewer long conversations with friends. Mrs. Carroll seemed content with this change, as it gave her a sense of peace. This social retreat isn't a sign of losing interest in others, rather, it's a sign of the body and mind needing space to reflect, recharge, and enjoy a quieter, more peaceful pace of life. As family members, it's important to respect these boundaries and provide quiet companionship when needed. Instead of pushing for participation in every social event, try offering intimate moments of connection, like a short, cozy visit or a peaceful afternoon together. 5. Fifth sign: changes in memory, focus, or communication. As we age, many seniors experience changes in memory, focus, and the ability to communicate clearly. While some forgetfulness is a normal part of getting older, there are times when the changes can feel more noticeable and persistent. Forgetting names of close family members, losing track of conversations, or having difficulty recalling details from a recent event can be signs that the mind is working harder than usual to process information. This is often a natural result of the brain slowing down. Just like the body needs more rest, the mind needs more time to process thoughts and memories. For some seniors, these changes can feel frustrating, especially if they once had a sharp memory or enjoyed conversing with others. But it's important to recognize that these shifts are part of the aging process, and with patience and understanding, family members can make this experience more comfortable and reassuring. Consider Mrs. Susan, 79, who was always known for her storytelling. She could remember the smallest details about her grandchildren's lives, from their birthdays to their first steps. But during her last year, her daughter noticed that Mrs. Susan often lost her train of thought in the middle of a story. Sometimes she would repeat herself without realizing it, or struggle to find the right word. At first, Mrs. Susan felt embarrassed, but her family reassured her that these changes were normal, and it didn't make her any less loved or valued. When these memory lapses happen, the best approach is one of gentle understanding. Instead of correcting or pointing out mistakes, it's more helpful to continue the conversation with patience and love. Offer gentle reminders if needed, but allow the conversation to flow naturally without judgment. For families, providing a sense of security and comfort is more important than the accuracy of the details. This approach will help seniors feel valued and supported, despite the changes they may be experiencing. Sixth sign: shifts in mood or emotional outlook. As we grow older, it's not uncommon for our emotional state to change. These shifts can sometimes be subtle, or they might feel more dramatic, like a storm passing through. The emotions we experience can become more intense or more reflective, with moments of unexpected sadness or quiet appreciation. These mood changes are a normal part of aging, as the body and mind process the reality of what is happening in life and the passage of time. They're not always linked to sadness or depression but are often the result of internal reflection, physical changes, or even the body's way of coping with aging. For example, Mr. George, who is 82, was always the life of the party. He loved to tease his grandchildren and tell jokes that kept everyone laughing. But during his final year, his family noticed that he became quieter, more thoughtful. He would tear up during family meals or while listening to old songs that brought back memories. He became more affectionate, offering spontaneous hugs and expressing gratitude for the simple joys in life, like the warmth of the sun or a favorite meal. These changes in mood often reflect a deeper appreciation for the present moment. It's the body's way of slowing down and connecting more deeply with what really matters: family, memories, and the beauty in small things. For families, these emotional shifts can be difficult to understand, but they're a natural and meaningful part of the aging process. Instead of trying to fix the mood, the best approach is to offer steady support, a listening ear, and a calm presence. Sometimes just being there, without any need to speak or offer solutions, is the most valuable thing you can do. Seventh sign: subtle changes in breathing or comfort. One of the more subtle, yet significant changes that many seniors experience in their later years is a shift in breathing and overall comfort. These changes are often gradual, These changes don't mean something is wrong, but rather that the body is adjusting to the natural aging process. It's important to pay attention to these signs and create an environment that supports comfort. For example, adjusting how a loved one sits or sleeps, using extra pillows to elevate their head or offering them a cool breeze, can make a big difference. Sometimes, just making sure they have a comfortable space to relax and rest is all they need to feel more at ease. As we've explored in this video, the signs of aging are not always obvious, but they are deeply important in understanding how we and our loved ones navigate this stage of life. From changes in physical activity and appetite to shifts in mood, memory, and breathing, these signs are simply the body's way of adapting to the natural progression of life. It's not something to fear but rather something to recognize with empathy, patience, and understanding. Remember, these changes don't diminish the person. In fact, they are part of the beautiful, complex process of aging. It's about living with grace, taking care of the body's needs, and allowing space for reflection and connection. As family members and caregivers, the most powerful thing we can do is to offer our presence, understanding, and love during these times. Simple acts, like helping with daily tasks, sitting quietly with a loved one, or offering a gentle reminder, can make a world of difference. Now, I want to hear from you. After watching this video, what small commitment are you making today to support yourself or a loved one through the aging process? Maybe it's spending a little more time listening to someone's stories, offering to help with small tasks, or simply sitting together in silence. Whatever it is, your commitment can be a step toward building stronger, more supportive connections with those around you. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear how you're embracing these changes with love and understanding. And, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more videos like this. Thank you for being here. Let's continue to share knowledge, support each other, and walk through life's changes with grace and love.